Greetings in the name of Yahushua HaMashiach and our Alua, Yahuwah. My name is MELEK Shelomoh, and this is MELEK Shelomoh Trading. I'm going to do a quick recap using Bookmap replay mode. And this is for the Bookmap Academy on one of the trades I did. So this goes along with the markup. So right here, I'm going to just show, this is the context of the trade, right? So from a Wyckoff theory perspective, this is phase C, right? We're looking for, this is the uptrust after distribution, which is the overnight high at 60.53.25. And we're looking now for, during this week, to get a pullback down to the buying climax, a little breakdown of that, and probably a retest, right? So this is what I'm looking out for this week. And that's from a Wyckoff theory perspective of a distribution phase. Now let's go over to all right, so this is the open here on Bookmap at 9:30, and this is Camarilla R3. It's an overlapping higher value relationship which is moderately bullish. Now with the overall context, I'm looking for price to break down from the overnight high, right? Now, with the consolidation here above Camarilla R3, this is a resistance level, but in this positioning in the 2-day relationship, it could be support if we open above, right? So now that we're holding above, creating this consolidation here, I want to see price break down Camarilla R3 and then a possible retest to get a short trade, right? Because I want to make sure, I want price action to confirm that we're actually going short. So I want it to be below Camarilla R3 if I'm taking a short. Now, the other thing I'm going to point out is that the strategy I'm going to use for this is going to be a 365, which is basically a retest of this one right here, this one, the -1 VWAP anchored from the RTH open. I want a retest of that coinciding with Camarilla R3. All right, so let's go. All right, so we broke down from Camarilla R3. Looking for somewhat of a retest here. All right, let me stop here. So where is my entries? I'm not seeing my entries here. Maybe it's on this one. All right, so the entries are only showing up on this one here, not on Trader Map Lite. So maybe that's something Bookmap could look at as well. So we have the entry here. It's a retest of -1 VWAP, and I took an entry here. Now my entry is late, right? So let me just use the arrows. My entry is kind of late because I should take it right here. There's some exhaustion here a little bit. I mean, you could, there is no follow through on the buy side, basically. So really, I want to take my short at this level, just below Camarilla R3, because this is basically a retest, right? There was one here as well, but opted to get some confirmation, right? So this here could be an entry as well, right? Now, let's see here. This is moving kind of fast, so I'm going to get stopped out here. And that's because I didn't enter the proper place. I entered down here. So it's coming back to retest. I'm going to try it again in a bad position as well. And I'm going to get stopped out. Right, so this right here is a bad entry because I'm supposed to get somewhere around here, right? If I took my entry here, I would get a 2-point stop loss, which would keep me above this stop right here, right? So On these exhaustion levels here, somewhere around here, I'm supposed to take this entry. I'm taking the entry too late and the stop is getting clipped, right? Now, this is another bad entry, but this trade survived, right? So as it broke down, I took a third attempt at this trade. Entry is right here. Stop loss is right there. And let's play it out. So as we break down, right? So as we retest here, consolidated and start moving down, I added to the position, right? So my stop loss for this position comes down to this level. I thought that this was too tight and I wanted it to be at the original stop. So I moved the stop back up and it was above liquidity. Price consolidated around -1 VWAP. We eventually got the breakdown. This is IB low being created right now at 10 o'clock, the 30-minute IB. So I got my first partial right there, right? Let me just open that up a little bit. So this was my first partial take profit. It was just above these deviations from the ETH and the London session. And this one here was from the RTH session. This is the second lower deviation. So took profit here and here. Right, so my stop is now here just above this liquidity level. I mean, not liquidity, sorry, this consolidation here, right? And the reason I move my stop up just a little bit is to get some security from this this heavy liquidity right here, right? And plus it's above the -1 VWAP. So I just moved my stop up a couple ticks and still in profit, but it was kind of like a break even because one of my entries, the second entry, was around this level. And I got stopped out, right? So that was basically the trade there. Now, if the trade moved totally in my direction, my take profits would be down here, right? And I adjusted my take profits somewhere around these liquidity levels down here, right? But we didn't get to that level, and that's also -3 VWAP, right? But the trade pulled back a little bit. We got that little absorption there from the buyers, and they took it back up, right? So that's basically the trade right there. Now, looking back, I would say maybe I should have stopped out a little earlier and then reevaluated the trade. Maybe just stopped out here as soon as it broke above this consolidation right here, right? Instead of waiting for it to come above -1 VWAP and close to my second entry. So yeah, that's the trade right there. It's the 365 is basically a retest of -1 VWAP and around a pivot level. So original entry was around, let's see, 60.3575, added at 60.3475, partialed at 60.3175, and partial at 60.3025, all out at 60.3450. Right, so that was the trade right there. And I hope you all enjoyed the breakdown, and I hope it was clear my thought process on my strategy. All right, you all trade safe and stay blessed.